This is the future. This is not the past. This is the future, and the future moves fast. This is quicker, simpler, rules, reform. This is your game, safer. This is football, reborn. This is gaming and fantasy. This is padded, roulette. Make a trade, make a team, make a move, make a bet. This is fans above all. This is maximum action. Let's stall, more ball, fewer infractions. This begins in 2020. The future is near. More access, more everyone, more everything here. This is our moment, our story to tell. This is history begun. This is the XFL.
So the XFL is back, and I made a video from the studios the other day about it. And, I brought up that I think it's good that Vince is talking about the social issues and saying there's really no room for that in the game. So I have this friend that I respect dearly on Facebook, and he writes this on my Facebook. I like your take on the XFL, but you said that players should stick to sports. I respectively disagree with you with that take. I guess Jackie Robinson should have stick to sports. You forget an entire nation did not want Jackie Robinson to play the national pastime, all because he was a Negro and this was before Brown versus education. Dr. King would become into the national stage and Jim Crow. If Jackie did not do what he did and took on the bigots on the baseball and off it, then Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Frank Robinson, Ken Griffey Jr. would never have played baseball. Robinson is a one-man revolution. I guess sports and society do not mix, but they do for the better of the nation. Just ask Bill Russell, Rachel Robinson, Roberto Clemente, Billie Jean King, Pat Summitt, John Thompson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kurt Flood. Okay. My point was not that athletes should not speak out on social issues on their own time. If they do an interview or someone asks them questions, that's great. But pregame, game, postgame, I don't want to see a political statement. I'm sorry. You watch sports to get entertained. I don't want to be taken down by a political propaganda machine. Do it on your own time. Donate to charities. Donate to all these activist groups, or do whatever you got to do. March with them. Do whatever you have to do. But when it comes to the game, leave it out. And if you're doing a good job speaking up for these issues, people are going to take notice of what you're doing off of the baseball field or off the football field or off the basketball court or off the hockey rink or whatever sport that you're playing. But what Vince is saying here is that he doesn't want the players using the XFL as a platform for political and social issues. And Vince says people watch sports to be entertained. And that's what they do. Now, are all these anthem protests and everything, is that why the NFL ratings are going down? Hell no. The NFL gameplay is not that great. The quality of play is not good. Which is why it's very interesting to see where the XFL will go, because the quality of play wasn't that great the first time around. Now, they have an extra year to get a better product out there. If you remember the first time, they announced it, and 1 year after the announcement, they started playing games. There was no way to get a quality product out there. I mean, it wasn't terrible football. It wasn't great either. There was a lot of bad football in the XFL first year. But I think people are going to be entertained to just watch a football game. You got to worry about who's going to kneel and who's going to do this and who's going to speak out on this and who's going to be wearing these anti-cop shoes and who's going to be wearing this or that. Stop. Do it on your own time. March whenever you want. March with whoever you want. March with whatever group you want. Speak out on how much you hate the president somewhere else. See, in this day and age, it's tough because athletes go on Twitter and they just speak what they speak. And then people ask them that on the pregame and the postgame. If I'm a reporter, you know what? Save that shit for TMZ. Have the TMZ reporters come up to someone and ask them about what they tweeted. If I'm sitting down watching a pregame or a postgame, I want to hear the athletes speak about the game. I don't want to hear Greg Popovich's freaking take on the world. I don't care. Dude, shut up. I don't want to be lectured by you or Steve Kerr. Don't give me your world lectures. You're a basketball coach. Coach basketball. Talk about basketball. Talk about your injuries. Talk about your players. I don't want to hear anything else. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, that's a different story. You ask people about the significance of that day, the NBA, when they play. But this past Martin Luther King Day, Steve Kerr has to make a political statement out of it. Well, Martin Luther King would be disgusted with the president today. Dude, shut up. Shut up. You don't know Martin Luther King. Shut up. See, we have to be lectured. That's America. We have the Hollywood elitists think that we have to lecture them. People on Fox News think this is what you want to hear. Athletes now are jamming their political agenda down your throat. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't care if you lean left. I don't care if you lean right. I can give a flying fuck. Just play the game, play sports, talk sports. That's what I want to hear. Please spare me your political agenda. I don't care for it. I don't want to care for it. I'll watch it on the news if someone follows you when you're marching with somebody or you're donating to a charity or you're donating to a cause. But when you're pregame, postgame, and during the game, shut the hell up and play baseball, play football, play basketball, play hockey, play soccer, play freaking poker. Do whatever the hell you got to do. Whatever sport it is, keep the politics and the social issues freaking out of it. I'm tired of doing sports talk radio, and I got to pick up the phone for hosts on Sirius XM, and they want to talk about politics and race issues. I don't want to talk about it. Talk on the political channel. You know why they're calling the sports? Because these athletes during games don't shut the hell up. These athletes are more than welcome to go on these talk shows and talk about whatever interests them politically. But keep it out of the freaking game. And in terms of Jackie Robinson went about his business. And he fought the racists and the bigots behind the scenes. And you saw Jackie Robinson play on the field. Now these people freaking today. Jackie Robinson would be appalled by these people. How do you like that? Now that's an asinine statement because Jackie Robinson, I don't know Jackie Robinson. I never knew Jackie Robinson. Just like Steve Kerr doesn't know Martin Luther King. So shut the hell up. God. More after this, Soriana Podcast.